Hi everyone, and welcome to my 30-day coding challenge where I'll try to learn to code a fully functioning website in 30 days. This was day 28. So let's just go ahead and review what I did today and what are the next steps. Right, so this was day 28. That means only 2 days more left. And today's plan was to complete the backend and move on to front end, which I was able to do. I was able to put in about 4 to 4.5 hours today, and finally we have a nice bit of backend. As you can see in the screen, if we go on the Go file, that's about 680 lines of code to have the complete backend. There are a few functionalities that I still have to add into it. Right now we do not have any raise or bat functionality, but the plan was to have the front end first and then include those functionalities. So that's probably going to happen tomorrow. But let's just go on to the front end today. So I've been able to do the basic structure in HTML for today now. As you can see, that's about 100, 1400, 117, 118 lines of code. And that gives the structure for now. The website or the web app looks something like this. As you can see, the buttons, they are not operational now. They are just a placeholder, and we'll connect them with JavaScript to make them interactive. And we'll obviously have a table in between and make it much more interactive. For now, it's just the HTML structure, just the skeleton of the web page in front end. That's how it's going to look like. We'll be adding more visual and interactive features to it tomorrow and connect it with JavaScript. That's the goal. As you can see, by the way, I'll have to shift to VS Code from Golang when I shifted to HTML, because I felt like VS Code is much better in terms of creating HTML or even JavaScript as well. So that's one shift I did today. I tried with Golang, but I felt VS Code is much more superior in terms of at least JavaScript and HTML experience. So if you look into the HTML code, you can see it's mostly sort of defining the things that we have done on backend. So right now I'm just classifying whatever buttons I want and whatever APIs that I've already coded in backend. So these buttons will get connected to those APIs, and that's how we'll perform those functions in the front end. So it's pretty straightforward. It's not very difficult. Basically, it took me about 1.5 hours to do that. And now the thing left is to basically have the JavaScript element to it to make it interactive. For now, these are pretty static sort of button. Nothing happens if I click on them. And for now, I'm not even able to put my ID or name in it. So this is just a skeleton feature or the structure of HTML, which is defined. And tomorrow we're gonna be putting in more visual effects, more interactive thing with the help of JavaScript. So that's the plan for tomorrow. Let's look at the Go code as well, what we have been able to do. So we have in total about 10-11 APIs, and the last one I did today is handler showdown. It's not exactly the poker logic, because like when you have a showdown, you'll also have the game logic as well. Whoever has the better card wins, but I have not been able to code it into the backend right now. I'll probably do it either tomorrow or day after tomorrow, depending upon if I'll get some time after finishing JavaScript tomorrow. These few things I need to put in so that it is more robust. Anyway, like, I mean, I wanted to finish this challenge in 30 days, and then obviously I'll keep putting in more time into it and I will probably keep making it better and better. So like, I do not have to have the finished product by 30 days. So I'll be putting in more time and will be putting in more functionalities. Right now, as I said, I've only coded one table, but that will change in future. We'll probably be able to have multiple tables, multiple players. Right now, I try to keep this it very simple. Because like, I mean, if you go into multiple tables, if you go into like more players, or if you go into let's say with the game logic as well, it can get pretty complicated. So I try to keep it quite simple for now, and we'll keep adding complexity as I'll find time later on, or potentially after 30 days as well. So yeah, that's how it looks right now anyway, which is quite decent. Like, I'm quite happy with the end product as it is turning out is still to be seen. There are 2 days left, so it's not finalized yet, but quite happy with the progress that I've made so far. HTML, as I said, like I have not touched it for almost 15, 16 days, but when I started it, I could go back to the concept that I learned into HTML, which wasn't much of an issue, but I guess like JavaScript might be a little bit difficult. Because I was already struggling with JavaScript when I was learning it, and I haven't touched it in last 14, 15 days. So it's going to be a little bit more brutal in terms of like remembering the concept, remembering the syntax. That is still to be seen, but that's for tomorrow. For today, I'm quite happy with all the progress that I've made so far, and it's turning out to be in good shape. So yeah, quite pleased with that. All of these APIs, and like, yeah, it's a matter of connecting these APIs with the front end and making sure that everything works. That's my main goal for next 2 days, and we'll keep adding more functionalities. We'll probably have to learn about more things as well. If I want to add more functionalities, such as if I want to add more table, then I'll have to learn more about WebSockets. That's how you do that. And obviously concurrency as well in Go, which I haven't touched upon right now. It's very linear. Whatever flow that I have coded in Go, it's all just in one go. So with concurrency, mutex, and log and channels, that's how you incorporate complexity in your code, especially in Go. And that's how you make it more scalable. That's how you make it like millions of players basically can play at one time. Right now, that's not the case with this particular app. And yeah, with time, I guess I'll probably keep adding more functionalities into it. But for now, this is how the front end looks like. As you can see, you will have the header, and this area will be reserved for the table. Then the community cards, it's just a container, a placeholder right now, but you will see like probably tables and card laid out to them. And then like there are some game controls. These are basically buttons which will perform the action for us, hopefully tomorrow. Well, hope you like it, what I've been able to build so far. If you have any feedback for me, please let me know into the comments. And I would really appreciate if you could subscribe to the channel, and hopefully in 2 days we'll have a fully functioning poker app as well. Well, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you tomorrow.